Next, we're going to begin working on electric and plumbing. Now, as I previously said, plumbing is going to be pipes. There's a little washer and dryer area here, and then in this little room here gets a water heater. So I'm going to start off with the water heater. I'm still on a plumbing plan layer. Let me go to insert. Let's look for WH, water heater. Let's see if it's in here. Let's see, furnace. Oh, smoke detector, water heater. Okay, so there I go. And let me get that out here some which where. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of try to, I don't know if I can, but maybe I can center this within this water heater. Okay, that's good. So there's my water heater. Now, if you look close, it's going to say gas. So I'm going to go insert and look for gas. It's a symbol for a gas bib. Okay, what they call a gas bib. Basically, plumbing. It's a plumbing nipple, kind of like this. But oh, here it is, gas. So, and I'm just going to position this somewhere over here. That lets the builder know that it's a gas water heater. Some of the other electric. It looks like it says CW. CW is going to mean cold water. So I'm going to look for cold water. Let's see where we at. Might have to scroll through. Okay, gas, hose bib, outlet switch, cold water, cold water. Now, I can actually rotate this. Let's see, rotate. I'm going to rotate at negative 90 degrees. And it looks like they've got the symbol somewhere over here. Now, notice this. My object snaps, endpoint, midpoint, etc., right? Perpendicular. I'm actually going to go to my object snap settings and actually turn on nearest, which is something we don't normally do. Nearest is gonna act like kind of like how a fridge magnet works anywhere. It'll stick anywhere. Okay, so that looks like that's going to solve the problem for the water heater. Now, as I previously mentioned, this oven gets a gas symbol. So let me go insert, where was it again? Gas, right here. And you're just going to want to put that somewhere. Looks like maybe they put it, looks like they put it about here, but they changed it. They changed the way it's gonna look. So what I'm gonna do is put it here. Then I'm gonna select it, explode. Beneath erase, above offset, explode. It's gonna bring it back to the zero later. That's okay. I need to move this text. So it looks like this text, I don't know, somewhere down here maybe. That'll be fine by me. That's when I'm gonna select it, go to the clipboard, cut it with the scissors, immediately paste drop down as a block. So that way it fits on the oven correctly. So now I'll just put it in here some which where. There we go. Okay, that's good. What else is gas? Let's see, that washer and dryer area. That's gonna have gas. So what to do here? You could just make a copy of one of the other ones, but I'll go insert gas. And let's see, it looks like they just kind of kitty corner it right here. That's fine. Now, there is a furnace here too. This is a cabin. So in the wintertime, it gets kind of chilly. Even though we've got a fireplace, there is a gas furnace here. And so I'll show you the easy way. They show to the left edge from the outside of this interior wall for the bathroom. 1'4". Okay. I'm just going to pick circle. Center is going to be this endpoint here. And type in a radius. 1'4", 16 inch. Next, go to insert. You should find furnace. And we might have to move this twice, yeah. So I'm going to select it and then move it from its midpoint to the quadrant of the circle, and then select the circle and erase the circle. This gets a gas bib too. And we trim. We're going to trim in between. Go to insert, look for gas. Looks like they put the symbol somewhere over here, but the word needs to be down. The word gas needs to be down here. So I'm going to explode the block, move the text, kind of like so-ish, select it, go to the scissors and the clipboard, cut it, and then immediately paste it as a block. So just get that close by. I think they actually kind of show it like that, and that's fine too. So that's going to be gas. Next, there is some more plumbing. Right outside this wall here is hose bib. So I'm going to go insert, look for hose bib. Now you're going to want to rotate that 90 degrees, 90. And make sure nearest is on. Just put it somewhere outside the window next to it. Okay, so there's hose bib. And let's see, what else do we need? We got cold water, we got a sink, we got, let's see, over here in this laundry area, this one's kind of funny. There's a vent. It's a dryer vent. Dryer vents, well, you're going to drill a hole with a hole saw, 4-inch hole saw. So, but how we draw it is we're going to draw 2 lines parallel. So here again, I'm going to make sure I'm on a plumbing layer. Your wall thickness is 4-inch. So what I could do is pick rectangle. And for the start of the first corner, I'm just going to estimate somewhere over here what it looks like in a book. So I'll start the rectangle there. Press dimensions, type in 4, enter, and pick quadrant number 4, enter. Now I'm going to let you put hot water, cold water, and don't forget there's another hose bib out here, just to kind of keep the video size small. Okay, next we're going to begin working on the electric plan. This is step 12 in the 2020 edition of the book. So I need to be on the electric plan layer. And we created a layer for that electric plan. Okay. And I don't really like the color, so I'm going to change this to yellow. Let me go ahead and change electric's color. I kind of dig yellow better. So I'm going to change that to yellow. Okay, good. You have a block for the light fixtures. The book refers to it in a archaic or angelic term. They call it a luminaire, but it's going to be this light fixture here. So it looks like I'm going to put a light, I don't know, somewhere close to the sink area, maybe around here, closer to the oven. And I'm simply going to select it and copy it. Let me copy that up here maybe, somewhere close to this pantry. Looks like, and you can continue copying these, so I'm just going to copy them. It's the easiest way. Once I got one block, well, I can put a bunch in there. Looks like there's one somewhere around this fireplace here, maybe level with the other one. They've got one inside this little hall area, so maybe out here, inside this bunk room, inside the bedroom, and there's one above the toilet here. Okay. So there's my luminaires. Next, we need to put switches. Now, have you ever been in a place where only one light switch runs the light? So every time you enter that room, you've got to find that one light switch in the dark? Well, sometimes they'll put more than one light switch. They'll put one on one side of the room and one on the other. So you can turn it on or off from either side of the room. Those are 3-way switches. So we got to look close at this situation. We need to start putting switches in. So it looks like I'm going to start right here on this little short wall. I'm going to go insert and look for switch. Switch. Now notice they got a 3-pole and they got a switch. 3 poles going to be, that's going to be your 2-way light switch. So switch, and let's see, I'm going to rotate this -90, and I still got nearest put on. Okay, I'm going to put one there. Oh, that's the wrong one. That is the wrong one there, actually. Let me erase that. Insert. I've picked the wrong one. I should have picked 3-pole. Rotate. All right. -90. Okay, so I should have put a 3-pole here. And you got to look close at these. Okay, and right next to it is another one. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this one straight down maybe here. Okay, where else do they have a three-way? Looks like, oh, and I forgot a light. There's a light outside this side door, so I'm going to copy one of these over. Looks like they put a light somewhere outside this wall here, and that's good. So, but more switches. So insert, 3-pole. These I'm going to rotate the opposite way. So I'm going to rotate them 90 degrees, not negative 90. So it looks like they got one maybe about like, I might need to zoom in, maybe here, and simply copy that. Maybe here. That's good. Okay. Speaking of which, my text is facing the wrong way on these. So actually, I need to erase one of them. One of these, I'm going to have to explode. And I'm going to need to rotate. Let's see if I can rotate this 3 symbol. It looks like they put it out here, and then they rotate it 180 degrees. So they put it maybe like that. And let me get that a little bit closer too. So maybe like that. Next, I'm going to select them. Go to the scissors, clipboard cut, paste as block. And let's get that up here and then make a copy. Those got to be faced the other way. So yeah, that's a quick and easy way to fix that. So go ahead and look close. The bathroom's kind of crowded up. I'm going to shorten this video just for the sake of file size. But the bathroom's got 3 of them on this little short wall. And you'll have to look closely because one of them actually runs the vent. Okay? But go ahead and put your switches in there. So insert, switch, rotate, 90. It really doesn't matter, I don't think. Well, no, I should have done this. Negative 90, negative 90, negative 90. So rotate, negative 90. Okay, so you're going to put 1 and then copy that 3 times. So 1 and 2, I guess, for a total of 3. Okay, yeah, so go ahead and get all the switches. Look closely at the problem, okay? And we're going to do outlets next too. And we still need to string the Romex, the switch lines for it. So I'm still on electric. We also need smoke detectors. Now, smoke detectors are part of building codes. It's a fire code, in fact. So I'm still on the electric plan. You're going to go to Insert, look for SD. SD is going to be short for smoke detector. Let's see, where are we? Oh, smoke detector. Okay, so you're going to want to put some smoke detectors in. Looks like one here, one in this hallway area. So let me just copy this one. So we got one in here. And then there's a one in the entranceway of this doorway and one in the entranceway of this doorway. Make sure to get those in. Next, we need to wire things. So bathroom's probably going to be easiest example. On the home tab in the draw ribbon, let draw drop, you're going to get 2 types of splines. Spline fit, spline control vertex. For right now, the one on the very upper left here and the drop down is spline fit. Make sure you're on a switch plans layer. So we created a layer for that switch line, draw, spline fit. And what to do is just randomly pick points, but there's one point that is predefined. And that's going to be somewhere. Now notice that my lines did not show up phantom, and they're supposed to be phantom. You can actually add a vertex, add a fit point. Watch this. So I'm going to add a fit point. What that did was it broke it up in a phantom line. Okay, draw, spline fit. Let me wire this one up. So I'm just going to pick points close to where I chose before, but not exact. The goal is to get it over to here. Here again, I might need to add a fit point. So let me add one. Add fit point. I'm going to add one up this way, I guess. Right there. And then stretch this one a little bit. That should break it up for me. If you got problems with these, just stretch them a little bit and the fan line will show up better. So watch. This one will show up once I do about like there. Okay. There it goes. Okay. Good enough. They don't have to be perfect. They just got to represent Romex wiring. So same thing here. Let me pick some points. Let me swoop it up like that. Kind of swoop it across. And there we go. Okay. So, and like I said, this it's like a stretchy wire. You can stretch them around as you need to. So, okay, that looks pretty good to me. Get your wiring in. So you've got to wire other ones. So for example, this three-way switch, the one on the bottom here kind of swoops out, I guess this way, and aims over here. Get your wiring in. Let me stop the video. Okay, once you've got all your lights and switches wired up, there's some more electrical in this laundry room area, so I'm going to kind of show you how that works. Go to Insert, look for Outlet, and oh, I should be on the electric layer again. So let me get back on the electric layer, Insert Outlet. So it looks like just a regular old outlet is over here, but there's another outlet. You see this gas dryer? Well, it can also hook up on 220. So look for Insert 220. So you're going to want to put your outlets in here. And I might need to shift things a little bit. Like, for example, let me kind of move this up a little more and move both of these up a little higher. I want to get that 220 away from that hot water. Just a label there. Okay. So there's also another very special outlet here. It's GFCI. So, and what you'll notice is that, well, let's see. Is there a GFCI block? Did I create one for you? Well, no. So there isn't one. And this really goes back to the author and the symbols they provided. So what I'm going to do is create one. Here's how to create one. I'm going to go Insert. Let me find Outlet. It's a very special outlet because it's got a little breaker built into it. So, and you've seen them before. They're the outlets that say test reset. Test reset. Let me rotate this because it's going to have to be in this direction. But I need a label. I need a label for it. Okay. It needs to say GFCI, ground fault circuit interrupt. So watch this. I'm going to rob Peter to pay Paul as a metaphor, right? What that means is there's something on one of these other blocks I need on this block. So watch this. I go in a block editor mode. I want this CW. I want that text. So I'm going to double click on CW. It's going to go into block editor mode. Now I don't actually want to edit the block. All I want to do is this. The CW part. I'm going to select it. Even though I go in the block editor ribbon up here, I'm going to go to Home, and I'm going to go to Clipboard, Paper on Paper Copy. So Clipboard Copy. I'm going to close block editor and discard my change. I didn't actually need to change that block. I just needed something from it. I needed a take from it. So now I'm going to go into this block. I'm going to explode this block. And I'm going to go clipboard, paste, and put that symbol. Okay? And change it, the text of it. I'm going to change the text of it from CW by double clicking on it to GFCI. Now, I might need to move this or whatnot just to make it look right. It looks like they kind of centered it up here. So, what to do now, I'm going to create this as a new block. In the block ribbon, you should find one that says Create. When you go to create a block, you're always going to want to give it a name, give it a base point, and notice that I need to select the objects. So the name for this, I'm just going to call it GFCI. Ground fault circuit interrupt. Base point. This is kind of important. See where it says pick point? I'm going to pick point. I'm going to pick this bottom quadrant. Okay, select objects. There's a little button here that says select objects. So this is where I'm going to select them. Get over here. And then hit enter twice. So there's my GFCI. Now I can kind of move this where I need it, which is somewhere around here. So you've got more to go. That's just the basics on how to put them outlets in. Go ahead and get all the outlets put in.